Hi! Welcome back to That Movie Recap, and today we're going to review a 1987 action sci-fi film, Predator. About a team of special force ops, led by a tough but fair soldier, Major Dutch Schaefer, are ordered to assist CIA man, Colonel Al Dillon, on a rescue mission for potential survivors of a helicopter downed over remote South American jungle. Not long after they land, Dutch and his team discover that they have been sent in under false pretenses. This deception turns out to be the least of their worries though, when they find themselves being methodically hunted by something not of this world. So relax and enjoy. The film begins in an unidentified interstellar spacecraft penetrates the Earth's atmosphere, landing somewhere on the tangled jungle of Central America. The elite commando team of Dutch arrives in an unnamed Central American nation. They meet Phillips, a general that Dutch has previously worked for, and Dillon, a CIA agent that Dutch also knows. Dillon informs Dutch that a high-ranking cabinet minister who was nearby and traveling by helicopter has vanished in the jungle and was probably shot down by a local guerrilla rebel organization. The mission to rescue the man requires Dutch's team to cross the border and enter rebel territory. After being helicopter delivered into the jungle at night, Dutch's team makes their way toward the rebel camp on foot. They locate the crashed helicopter while traveling. Billy, Dutch's tracker, discovers that while the rebels did indeed capture the cabinet minister, another group of men, possibly more American soldiers, also passed through. Later, Billy feels something nearby and discovers the flayed and upside-down bodies of 3 men. Another of Dutch's men, Mac, discovers a set of dog tags among some entrails. Jim Hopper, a Green Beret, is the name that Dutch recognizes on them. Dutch is puzzled and turns to Dillon for explanation. Dillon denies having any knowledge of the opposing team. The team arrives at the rebel camp undetected and sees a rebel execute one. Dutch and his team destroy the camp in an all-out assault and kill all the rebels. There are no hostages alive. However, Dutch finds a lone, terrified girl, Anna. They take her along as a prisoner. Dutch realizes they have been set up and confronts Dillon. Dillon confirms that Dutch and his team were merely pawns to destroy the camp and its men. He also confirms that he lied about Hopper's team. When they went missing, Dillon called in Dutch. With no choice, the team heads to the chopper rendezvous point. However, unknown to the team, they are being tracked by an unseen enemy that sees their body heat signatures. The team moves into a densely forested valley, where they expect to meet their rescue helicopter. Anna hits Pancho with a tree limb and flees the group, with Hawkins following. When he apprehends her, a distorted, human-like figure rushes out of the jungle and murders Hawkins. The woman is left behind, terrified, unharmed, and covered in Hawkins' blood. Pancho, Dutch's Hispanic crew member, asks Anna what happened. All she can say is the jungle came alive and took him. Dutch orders the others to find Hawkins' body, which is hanging from a nearby tree. They don't find him, and while he's scanning the area, the team's biggest man, Blaine, is hit twice by laser-like energy blasts that blow out his chest. He collapses and his friend, Mac, rushes to his aid. Mac notices a humanoid-like distortion with green eyes. Mac opens fire with Blaine's minigun, firing thousands of rounds into the jungle. The rest of the team rushes to the scene and opens fire as well. Pancho informs Dutch that they did not hit anything living after inspecting the area in front of them. A close examination of Blaine's wounds reveals no evidence of shrapnel or gunpowder burns. A terrified Mac is unable to identify the enemy when asked what he saw. Only Anna finds any evidence, a green glowing fluid on a large leaf, which she doesn't tell anyone about. Somewhere in the jungle, the distorted humanoid sits on a tree branch. The distortion is actually a high-tech camouflage device that bends light to create the illusion of invisibility. The enemy has been wounded in the thigh and is dripping the same fluid Anna discovered. It is the creature's blood. It dresses its wound with an unusual first aid kit. When it removes the bullet, it lets out an inhuman howl of pain, which Anna and Billy hears. Dutch instructs the team to set up camp for the night. Blaine's body is wrapped in his poncho. Flares and grenades are wired around the perimeter. Mac is given first viewing privileges and reminisces about his deceased friend. He is awakened by a noise, and a dark shape falls on him. He stabs it repeatedly, attracting the attention of the rest of the team. The adversary is revealed to be a wild pig. Following that, Billy informs everyone that Blaine's body is gone. Dutch discovers that in addition to killing them one by one, their invisible enemy is also methodically hunting them. The team builds a trap out of jungle vines that has a net and a complex set of tripwires. While they wait for their stalker to set off the trap, Anna tells them about a legendary demon that had stalked her village during periods of extremely hot weather. She claims that bodies were missing and skinned men had been discovered. Dutch and Dylan believe the trap won't work without live bait. So Dutch carefully enters the clearing between the tripwires. The trap sets off as he turns around, and something gets caught in the net. Laser blasts fire from the net, striking the trap's anchoring tree trunk, which detaches and swings into Poncho, striking him square in the chest and injuring him severely. Dylan notices the stalker's camouflage distorting as it flees into the jungle. Mac immediately flees the creature despite Dutch's orders for him to return, seeking vengeance for Blaine. Dylan chases after Mac while Dutch, Poncho, Billy, and Anna leave to meet the chopper. Dylan comes across Mac a short distance away. Mac has discovered their adversary camped out in a tree stand. The two decide to approach it silently and kill it. While crawling through the underbrush, Mac notices a three-pointed laser pattern on his arm and is killed when he exposes his head to his enemy. Dylan discovers his body a few minutes later. The stalker attacks Dylan and uses a laser blast to sever one of his arms. Dylan tries to fight back, but is impaled on a large double-bladed weapon. The rest of the team continues on their way to the extraction site, crossing a large tree trunk bridge. When Billy detects the presence of the enemy, he abandons his rifle and confronts it alone, armed only with his machete. He is quickly killed, and the rest of the party hears his scream. Dutch, Anna, and Poncho all come to a halt, and Poncho is killed by a laser blast. Dutch kicks Anna's gun away as she prepares to shoot. Another laser blast shatters Dutch's rifle in half. Dutch crawls away after yelling for Anna to run to the helicopter. Dutch is chased and followed by the creature. Dutch ends up sliding down a hill, falling off a cliff and into a river. Dutch swims to the other side and is resting on the muddy bank when his pursuer splashes down behind him. Dutch, without a weapon and covered in mud, waits helplessly for his adversary to kill him. The adversary appears and is revealed to be a large, humanoid alien with advanced weaponry. The adaptive camouflage device that hid it from Dutch and his team appears to be malfunctioning as a result of water exposure, and the creature turns it off. It detects a target in the brush, follows it with a 3-beamed laser scope, and shoots at it with a shoulder-mounted cannon. The alien, on the other hand, does not notice Dutch, whose body heat is insulated by the mud on his skin. And the creature stalks away. Dutch launches an offensive, selecting a strategic location and erecting a spiked corroding trap. Dutch also builds a bow and several arrows with gunpowder from his spare grenades and fashions spears. He also muddies himself to gain an advantage. Meanwhile, the creature rips Billy's spinal column and skull from his body, cleaning it to use as a trophy. Among its collection are the skulls of several other humans. When he's ready, Dutch lights a crude torch and lets out a primitive yell, summoning the alien and dropping the torch onto a large bonfire he'd built. The alien appears and crawls over the tree where Dutch is hiding. Dutch transfers to another tree and shoots one of his explosive arrows at the creature, destroying its invisibility device. Dutch quickly runs out of weapons and tries to escape, but accidentally falls into the river, where the water dissolves his muddy camouflage. And eventually, the alien captures him in the pond. After a brief examination of his human opponent, it removes its plasma cannon and mask to fight him hand-to-hand, having deemed him a worthy opponent. The creature removes its helmet, revealing its face, deep-set eyes, a bald head, dreadlocks, and a fawn-filled mouth with large mandibles. It engages in hand-to-hand combat with Dutch, a battle in which the alien has the advantage of strength. Dutch lures the creature into the spiked trap he's set, yelling for it to come closer and kill him. The creature discovers the trap and walks around behind Dutch. As it approaches, Dutch notices that it is standing directly under the trap's counterweight. Dutch kicks away the trigger, and the counterweight falls, crushing the alien. Dutch moves in to finish it off with a large rock, but throws it away when he notices that the alien has already been fatally wounded. Dutch asks, "What the hell are you?" and the creature repeats the phrase. It opens a panel on its gauntlet and sets a timer, signaling Dutch to run. As he does, the creature laughs, imitating Billy. A small nuclear explosion goes off as Dutch leaps to cover. In a helicopter flying nearby, General Phillips and Anna see the explosion. They come across Dutch in a burned-out patch of rainforest. Dutch is rescued, and he appears to be physically exhausted. If you enjoy movies like this, please don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on that notification bell. That's all for now. Hope you enjoy watching. Thank you and take care.